the hurricanes coming. We have a national warning here for Hurricane Helena. I'm in Florida. I'm proud to be here, I guess. And I want to say good morning, good afternoon. I'm going to start drumming. Before I do, I just wanted to share little views. I'm changing my very busy this morning, and it's not permanent, but I'm putting things together and moving things around and having a good time. I imagine doing it while I'm able to. But I wanted to say good morning. Thank you very much, Sweetwater. Pam packaged this. I've gotten emails from the staff. I bought something out of a music store online order. And I thought I'd share that part was fun. Now here's what I got to remember I was doing first was this is the precious stuff I don't want to drop put down the wrong way and then forget where I put it or it gets dirty or something's wrong. This is given to me from my aunt Sue from Canada. She got this from the Cathedral of St. Anne. And there's the baby Mary and the relic, first class relic. Cloth touched the relic here at the cathedral. St. Anne. So I want to say with some nice pictures. Here's 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 for Kamala Harris and all you animals out there. Since I've been married or unmarried and had a kid on Earth and walking around the last 50 years. There you go. That's my kid's mother right there. There you are, Selena. Remember when I drew you and put you on the refrigerator? Remember that? There you are. She's a working Selena. That's how I looked at her when I used to see her, and then I would look at her like that guy. Are you done yet? We got things to do. Come home. Now I'm working. I'm outside. I'm doing everything but you. All right, there you go. I'm not putting you down. I'm just telling you. There's that cigarette. That almost broke up well, it did break up a marriage. It didn't. We weren't ever going to get married like that with a cigarette and that kind of attitude. All right, so anyways, here's my story. I have a lot of things I'm moving around. I feel like a character to myself somewhere, but this is only because I stopped and had a chance to calm down and eat and rest while my jaws were locking on me and things. Here we go. If I just talk, I can move around and change the subject and do all kinds of things. I got ideas to do things besides complain. I do have a purpose and an intent to talk to people from around the cultures and around the world that I decide to think I can be a part of their membership community standard and face them, as opposed to criticizing and becoming ill with the people I can't comprehend or wish to become a member of their tribal council, culture, creed, color. Whatever the challenge is, I'm not going to put up with it, and I know what I got to say about it. Here's some pictures. This is the back of a poster I'm putting together from drawings and original artifacts from my years. Here's when his mother died. J. King in Utica, New York, the second. I'm sorry she died. I heard about it from Father Francis years ago, a couple of years ago, and I asked about Lenora. How's Lenora? Remember, I gave her kids a chance. I was given a chance to talk to their kids because I was supposed to be teaching them catechism. But there's Jay. He drew the dinosaur, and then on the other side, there's all the religious side. And there's the back of stuff that I drew on and stuff that were given to me from California. The monastery out there. St. Herman's of Alaska Monastery in Platina, California. Okay, so here's my beautiful room. I can't start talking enough because to tell the truth is I got high blood pressure right now. I know I do, but here we go. I'm not completely set where everything is. It's just the way I feel. Now this is a hook. I'm putting up higher. It's got to air tight into the wall before I put any weight on it, because every time I put weight on these really wet walls, really is what they are. They're sweaty walls from Florida air conditioning and the heat outside all the time. So I got to wait for that to dry. I don't know. I'll possibly try to hang one of the frames up. I got ideas for these things. God bless the house. Don't let me disturb the peace when you see me talking over pieces of religious artifacts for personal issues. Now, I want to say this is all for drumming and the idea of talking to people with the idea that we don't have to speak English. Matter of fact, sometimes I prefer not to hear a word coming out of anybody's mouth, because it doesn't make any real meaning to purpose and point at the time that we met to have to hear it, It's bad vibes, bad energy. So with that kind of sensibility, this is a visual arts recognition of the interchange and acknowledgement to religion, art, color, music, and tone. I refuse to give Hezbollah or anybody that resembles them the credo of yellow, green, and black. Matter of fact, I'm taking that right out of their Muslim, Hezbollah, Hamas, all these Assad, whoever you are, whatever's going on, whatever name comes to mind that I got to motion myself with a heartbeat to say it. I'm explaining that I refuse and acknowledge to accept the cross, when it comes to become a cross, of the deciding factor of a comment, that I refuse, to participate erroneously and misshapen while I'm dying in front of you these days. As my age is not joking, and neither is my stature on the land of Oz that I live in, that I always say is just my world alone. Nobody's here to dream it with me. I want to say, until that changes, that's the facts. I have to remember I'm talking to people on purpose all the time. Whether it's a 911 call for medical emergency, or asking for police of urgent need or non-emergency to make a report, or to in fact include case notes as reflections, inflections, and references to the fact that I should be having a conversation like everybody else, especially to the United Nations, the President of the United States, the people of the United Kingdom, anybody that I decide and find on the internet to be considered my attention. I'm a citizen. Matter of fact, I'm an honored, privileged member of society to be here this morning, this afternoon, and to be possibly here for the evening, allowed to broadcast against community standards of a lot of people's imagination and delusional distress that they're in charge, like the people of the United Kingdom Prime Minister Starmer. You're an animal. How dare you go to the United Nations and want to start World War III like Joe Biden? Ignorant, mindless, dangerous people pretending to be in charge so you can have blowjobs with kids in elementary school classroom curriculum, calling that the agenda. And I'm standing here wanting to know why you got to be 50-something years old and got to talk to the people, the adults, and I can't talk to the adults. And you had these animals running for office in the United States, like Kamala Harris under Joe Biden, and her whole community standard of the United States cultivation of 30 years, and now it's irreconcilable differences between my perception and the fact that we are overrun in an invasion by illegal entrants to the United States who have nothing but commitment to harm themselves and others. Prior to arriving, they're taking our kids away from us. They're taking the school system away from you. They're taking our churches down. If you're a Roman Catholic in New Jersey or anywhere else, you get your church taken down crying in the street. You don't get a chance to have somebody say, why don't we convert them to Catholicism and let them go to church on Sunday and give the church a break? You don't do that. No, you break down the church and want to build a mosque so you can have Haitians and Venezuelans and Muslims and all these animals, these Arabs, tell you how to take your kids. When the next 10 years comes rolling down the hill and you're lucky enough to be here, let me tell you, you're not going to even be able to say you were English anymore, let alone Caucasian and Christian. I can't stand it to the point where I don't want to talk anymore. And the matter of fact is I believe in Russia. I'm so sorry you don't. And as it says right now, I'm going to take a break, smoke a bowl. I may be back. I could leave the camera running, or I can shut the hell up and be as upset as I've been all morning, only prayerful minded and crying about my lost fucking relatives. I think I'll come back eventually. Not right now. I got other shit to do. I'm totally pissed off about the way the world went and that who's in the United Nations and Israel's still talking about not having their hostages returned, and this is supposed to be a forgotten done deal, and there is no Palestine. I live in Florida. I'm supposed to be considered safe and sane and housed. My kid's in jail and I'm very upset. The first thought of my waking moment, conscious this morning, 6 o'clock this morning area, is my kid's not up out of bed yet. I'm waiting for him to call sometime, anytime, random. And I got to wait in the dark for him to do it now, morning, noon, and night, while he's in jail for no reason other than he needed help and he didn't get it. And I've been watching this nightmare bleed itself dry. And now you got people talking on microphones and cameras all over the goddamn place, and they're nothing but fucking nut job, pathological, cultural. I'm telling you, I'm not racist, but I can't stand the goddamn people anymore that I can't even talk to you anymore without my jaw fucking locking on me. I can't stand just for fucking taking my kid and me the way you handled us for the last 20 years. And I goddamn want to curse every one of you for having the goddamn balls to bring new people over here so you could torture and maim and murder and rape my goddamn family while I'm standing here alone in the goddamn parlor again every fucking day. And fuck you too watching me in Florida, whoever the fuck you thought you were.